Good evening and salutations, my GH fans. You know what? Let's talk about Petty Josh for a minute. Let's just talk about Petty Jocelyn because when I was making comments about Trina, her resting bitch face, people felt like I was really dumping on Trina. Watching this scene is a reason why I feel that Trina's a better character than Jocelyn is. Don't get me wrong, there were some valid points that Jocelyn was not the same, but ultimately what it came down to was that Esme came over there, she offered an apology, and Jocelyn decided to act petty about it, calling her fake, trying to use big words to make herself sound smarter, like contrition. I'm like, really? Really? This okay. Throws in her face that Spencer gave Trina a gift and that it meant something. And even when Trina was like, yo, listen, it didn't really mean anything. And Jocelyn is just egging it on, acting like Trina can't speak for herself. Um, and just, ignoring Trina's feelings and being petty at the same time. Um, so when, Esme was like, all right, listen, I tried. I really did. Um, and of course, you really didn't try. Don't get me wrong. The thing about lying, the best lie is just the one where you feel you can tell somebody the truth. So, I was sitting there reading the comment section, and somebody was like, wow, this is the first time I've actually seen her act somewhat human. Um, and that's because, even through her lie, whatever, I'm pretty sure there was some sort of truth to it, even if, subconscious. So finally, Esme was like, you know what, I'm done. That's it. And she goes to the corner, and Trina was like, thank you. Thank you. That really meant a lot. And, she's pissed off at her, and Jocelyn's like, well, I don't understand why you're mad at me for. There was a couple of times where Trina was like, listen, I'm still right here. You're talking about me like I'm not sitting right next to you. And so she was pissed off at her. Um, and what the hell happened? So Trina leaves to go to the restroom. Jocelyn talks to her sister. And towards the end, Jocelyn was like, yo, we good? We still good? Trina's like, yeah, no, we're fine. And then she walks off. Now, the whole time, Esme's sitting there looking at her phone. I don't know what she has. For a good minute, it looked like the body of, because you see Jocelyn, and it looked like the face was Spencer. It looked like the face. It looked like the face was Spencer. So I don't know what she was trying to do. Um, it looked like Spencer for some odd reason. Obviously we know that he left, but Trina doesn't know that. So at least that's what I saw. But I could have been wrong. It looked like it was Spencer's face on Cam's body. But honestly, to tell you the truth, at this point, I don't know what Esme's game plan is. She did the whole getting Trina drunk and causing a bit of an argument, a bit of a rift with their relationship, but it was like that was it. Like it seemed disappointing at best. And so I'm just wondering what is this sex tape gonna do? Like what is this supposed to do? I don't understand that. So yeah, that happened. Let's talk about Carly and Sonny and the lawyers. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know what this chick's name is, but she just pisses me off. Um, they get down to business, and at first they talk about the house, and Carly's like, she wants the house, and Sonny's like, no, why, she's the one that left. Why should she get the house? I was like, bro, you have how many places to live? Let her have the damn house. So what? Who cares? It's a house. It's not like you don't have another place, another nice place that you could sit there and live at. Who cares? I mean, granted, yeah, she does have her own house, but you know what? Whatever. So he's like, no, I'm keeping the house, blah, blah, blah. I want the house. Carter's like, fine, you can have the house. And what was the point of arguing about the goddamn. So then we get into this whole custody between Donna. And, the lawyer, um, Carly's lawyer was like, well, she belongs with her mother. And I was, first of all, I was like, because, like, really? Like, he didn't play a part in that? We just going to just totally ignore that? He gets into this whole thing because, Carly is not going to be living there. And since Sonny's going to be living there, and Avery isn't technically legally Carly's child, the sisters are going to be separated. And that's not what either of them wants. So it gets a little kind of intense. And, Sonny's like, listen, let us handle this part. Y'all go wait outside. And, lawyer's like, I'm pretty sure it's kind of a bad idea. Like, we shouldn't be doing that. Okay, fine, whatever, we're going to get paid. So they go outside. And, Sonny goes back on this BS about how, Carly chose to leave. She chose to give up. And, at this point, I'm like writing it down. I'm not even, we're not even going there. I'm just like way past that with Sonny. Um, but then Sonny comes up with this really stupid, acidine idea of, hey, listen, you can sit there and live with me. You can live with the girls. We won't have anything romantic going on. And we could just sit there and pretend. We can sit there and stay together for the kids. I, I just sat there like, how am I supposed to write something this stupid? Uh, it's already bad enough I gotta sit there and say acidine thing that Sonny came up with, but now I gotta sit there and write it down. Sonny's my favorite character. Oh God. So Carly's like, yeah, we're not doing that. We're not playing make believe. We're not pretending. We're not lying to the girls. We're not doing that. Okay. So the girls are gonna get hurt. It is what it is, and it sucks. Um, and at first it gets into this whole petty, and like I said, it gets to this whole petty thing where Sonny is like, oh, I don't want Donna living with you in a hotel. I want her staying with me. And I'm just looking at this whole thing. I'm like, well, it doesn't really matter who Donna stays with because either y'all are not going to sit there and say, oh, boy, you can't come over this day, you can't come over that day. Like, they're not going to sit there. I imagine they're not going to be that petty. So, what does it matter if she keeps Donna with her? Like, it shouldn't be like it shouldn't be this issue. So they kind of got things squared away. The lawyers come back in, and they get this divorce over with. And Sonny does it. Then at one point he's like, yeah, because he starts trying to throw in her face that, oh, well, you chose to leave, you chose to give up, and finally he's like, yeah, I made mistakes, made choices, but sure, we're gonna call them mistakes, whatever. Um, that was all sorts of I wouldn't say nauseating, but just like just get this damn divorce over with. Let's just move past that. Um, it sucks for the kids. I don't give a damn about those two. It sucks for the kids. And to be honest, by when I say by those two, I do mostly mean Sunny. So Sam is not there following Victor. Sam, super PI, um, trying to listen in onto what's going on with Victor and his goon. I don't remember what his name is, so I'm just gonna call him a goon. Um, and he's disposable anyway. So anyway, she's sitting there listening in, and she knocks over like a bottle or a can or something like that. And I'm just sitting there like, how many times have you done this before? Like, I felt like that was a rookie mistake. That was such a rookie mistake. But she does manage to get out of there because apparently now she's Batman, and she managed to get out of there before the goon and Victor sees who it is. So she goes back to the hospital, and granted, Laura's assistant is also spying. Is also working for Victor. So she hears everything as far as Sam and um, Laura and stuff like that. So she kind of overhears some stuff. She goes back to Victor and it's like, yeah, Sam and Laura, they're getting really close and stuff like that. I got some bad news for you. So yeah, that happens. They also talk about the Ice Princess, and at first I thought that Laura was going to be like, because Sam was there taking pictures, and they realize who the guy is, and as far as the guy being there, or whatever, or coming in town or whatever, somehow they figure out that the guy being there and Luke's death, because I don't believe he's dead, is all connected. And at first, I thought that Laura was like, yeah, I don't think that Luke is really dead, but nope. She was just like, yeah, I think that Victor has something to do with Luke's death. I'm like, yep, we're still going with that, because that's the thing. Let's just kill people off screen. I mean, let's be honest. If they did somehow kill him off screen. And that's just such a damn shame for GH. For a show, Luke again being an epic legend, um, a legend that my parents remember, a legend that you can just practically throw a pebble. You can find somebody that even if they don't watch soap operas, you sit there and say Luke and Laura, they know who it is. Okay, it's as iconic as the beat to Sex and the City. Everyone hears that beat, they already make me know what it is. It's the same thing with Luke and Laura. So to have Luke just kind of get killed off screen, it's such a slap in the face. There's no other way to sit there and put it. Just a damn slap in the face. So yes, it was Felicia that picks up Maxie, and they kind of go over the whole thing of everything that happened so far. So they're on the road, and they're trying to get to someplace safe. They get run off the road by Peter. I'm just like, Peter, what in the hell are you doing? Now, of course, you got Dante, Anna, and Drew out there, having a gunfight, which what they thought was Peter. And they get inside, and it's one of them is Peter's men or Peter's guy, or some guy. I have no idea who the hell these guys are. The other one is the guy that Victor Smith they're working for. So, one of the guys get killed. The guy that Victor, hired or whatever is, he got shot. And, Dante does notice that when he's talking to him, like, yo, you had a clear shot at Drew, but you didn't want to sit there and kill him. Like, or you didn't want to hurt him. Like, what's going on with that? Meanwhile, Peter runs them both off the road, and Max is like, all right, cool, I'm just going to lead him away from you and just, start running. And so she runs into this place where it looked like it was the same set that, Sonny fell off the bridge. It looked very similar. Um, so she's walking or she's running, and then, Peter, like, shoots a warning shot in the air. At this point, I'm like, Peter, what the hell are you going to do? What are you going to shoot her? Because you have plenty of time to do that, like, before. You could have ended her a long time ago. Peter's like, well, I'm gonna shoot you, or you're gonna come up here and continue to be my hostage. What does she say no? What does she say no? What's your backup plan? You gonna call her bluff? You gonna shoot her? What are you gonna do? Come on, this is just getting to a point, and I gotta sit there and say, on a side note, that when I was talking to somebody at work, because sometimes I like to surprise people when they pick up a soap opera digest that I know about soap operas, and oh my god, I'm a guy that watches soap operas. Um, this woman was thinking like, oh, I'm just so over Peter and stuff like that. I was like, yeah, I get it. He could be kind of cartoonish or whatever. Um, and I'm sitting there thinking like, okay, so this is gonna be the day. This is gonna be the final showdown with Peter. And so Max is like, listen, you can shoot me, you can kill me, but I'm not going back up. I'm not doing one more run with you. I ain't doing it. I'm not going to be your prisoner, your hostage any longer. And of course, Peter's like, you're supposed to be the person who's supposed to save me. Can somebody just shoot Peter at this point already? Because now, like, what, what are we doing? So it looks like Peter's about to shoot Maxie. I'm just like, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I still don't believe it. And of course, Felicia comes in there and Felicia knocks him over the head. He falls down, or he slides down this little sliding thing, and the gun drops. And I'm sitting there thinking, what's gonna happen next? Is Peter gonna be in a coma? We're gonna keep him on ice for a little bit. Is it gonna be another Jan Spears? Like, what are we doing with this character? Um, or is he actually just gonna be dead? That's what I'm sitting there wondering. Yeah, I think they said Johan was at the same area as Luke or something like that. I'm not gonna lie. It was parts of this stuff that was just like, what's going on? I think they said something along those lines. Let me just look in the notes one more time. Yeah, I was doing that on certain parts. So, yeah, I think that's actually going to do it. Um, of course, Robert was talking to Laura before, but it was pretty mundane stuff. I think that's about it. I think that's pretty much about it. So, with that being said, I'm going to go. I want to thank you so much for watching. Be safe. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below, and I will see you in the next video.